Welcome back to Cord Cutting today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, Disney is selling some of its cable networks. Now, it's probably not the networks you're thinking of, but this is a major change from Disney, who just a few weeks ago, their CEO talked about probably wasn't going to get rid of any cable networks. They were happy with cable, and now they're looking to unload some. We'll tell you what's happening. Cable TV prices are continuing to go up, and now the average cable TV subscriber is paying over $100 a month just for the TV. We also talk about how many of them are also pay over $150 a month just for TV. And speaking of cable TV companies, Comcast says they're seeing a surge in internet traffic. We'll tell you where that's coming from and why that's so important. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First though, if you want to learn more about any of the stories we're about to talk about, check out the show notes, and in the first pinned comment down below, I'll put a link to each story I talk about so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. If you want these stories in your email, you can also sign up for our free morning email. It comes out every morning with these stories and more in it. Check out the show description for a link to sign up for a free daily newsletter. All right. With that said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let's dive into it. Disney is unloading some of its cable networks by looking to put A&E up for sale. Now, you're probably like, A&E, Disney. Did you know Disney is one of the parent companies behind A&E and has been? It's a 50-50 split between them and a third-party company. And according to reports, Disney is putting it up for sale to unload it. Now, this would be the FYI network, Vice TV, Lifetime Movies, Lifetime, and other networks owned by A&E, including the A&E network history, and are also included in this deal. A few things here. Disney is joining a growing trend of networks or companies getting rid of some of their cable networks. Now, some companies like Warner Brothers Discovery and Comcast are spinning their networks off into independent companies that they don't have to put onto their books anymore. For stock reports, they won't have to list them because they're widely seen as being unprofitable. And it seems like Disney's doing the same thing. Disney does this, like many companies, they have this like independent entity that they put some of their lesser cable networks in with A&E, but it also allows them to do it through a joint venture where they're not taking 100% of the risk with this. Now it seems that Disney wants to completely out of these cable networks. And I think this is just the start. You know, of course, they have a lot of other things with this, though. It also means the cable streaming services like Crime 360, Lifetime Movie Club, History Vault, and others that are streaming services from this will also be going away in the deal and being sold. This comes as NBC Universal is going to be split off with most of its cable networks put into a new independent company. I think Bravo is the only one Comcast is going to keep. Warner Brothers Discovery is also spinning off its cable networks, including CNN, into an independent company too, because it wants it off its books. Cable networks are increasingly not profitable. Look for this trend to continue. Would not be surprised to see Paramount either spin off or shut down some of its networks once the merger is complete. We'll watch this closely, but this was first reported and confirmed by Variety. We'll keep an eye on it. Just because it's up for sale doesn't mean somebody's necessarily going to pay what Disney wants for the networks. Speaking of the cost of cable TV, we surveyed over 1,400 people, finding out how much they were paying for cable TV when they canceled. Over 70% of you say you're paying over $100 a month for TV, just TV, not internet, not any of the other services, just TV. A little over 40% said they were paying over $151 a month for their TV. Doesn't surprise me at all. Actually, it surprised me it's so low. When you count in bundles, many people are now paying over $200, with $250 not being unusual for their total cable TV bill. It's kind of one of those things, as streaming goes up, so does cable increasingly going up, with some companies like Spectrum raising their TV prices multiple times a year as they slowly inch the price up. Comcast and others have been doing one-time a year big price hikes. Spectrum has been trying out smaller price hikes, but doing them more often to get to the same point with it. How much were you paying when you canceled cable TV? It kind of surprised me how much people are paying for this, with over $100 a month becoming the average just for the TV, before you talk about all the other things that go with it, there. Now, how do we get that? Well, a lot of fees and service and device rentals and other things raise the price from the advertised price of cable TV increasingly to what you actually pay with it, plus taxes and the like. Leave me a comment, let me know how much were you paying. I want to hear from you. All right, Comcast says traffic on its network, internet traffic, has jumped 76% over the last 5 years. Now, as you expect, streaming video is a big part of that. 4K really eats up a lot of data, but also things like video calls, video games, and more are increasingly putting pressure on the network. Now, Comcast and others have been investing heavily in their networks to upgrade to deal with it, but it's been a fear for a long time that this growth of streaming would impact the network congestion, and so far, even though it's jumped so dramatically, it has not negatively impacted the whole network. We'll keep an eye on this. Network congestion is very real. When I lived in Missouri and was starting out Cord Cutters News, by Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, in the middle of Mark Twain National Forest, we ended up with absolutely almost no internet. It would take forever just for a website to open. Forget about gaming or streaming. It was a network congestion. So many people started streaming Netflix and other things that clogged up the network, and the DSL company I was using at the time was unable to actually handle it. We'll keep an eye on this, but I think so far, and Comcast has talked a lot about this, using a combination of AI, more hubs across the country, and more, has been able to handle the growth in data. It's quite impressive what they've done. You also see things like more new data cables going under the ocean to different points across the country, or I should say across the world, has also helped with this. Keep an eye on it. Data congestion is only going to continue to get worse in the years to come. All right, some Prime Day deals. You still have a couple more days to take advantage of some of these deals. Don't wait, because things like the Fire TV Cube, the most powerful Fire TV streaming player on the market, is on sale for its lowest price ever of $89.99. A really good deal for the Fire TV Cube. It's also a built-in Alexa with that, allowing you to control your devices. Check it out. If you have weak Wi-Fi and you're looking for a good deal for internet, check out Google Nest Wi-Fi Pros. They are on sale for $80 off on the 2-pack, and you can even get a 3-pack and a single pack with it. I actually used this and I picked up another one because in our backyard it didn't do a very good job. So I'm going to put another one of these hubs in my living room, kind of overlooking the backyard, so we get better Wi-Fi coverage in the backyard when we're out there sitting on the deck and enjoying it. But weak Wi-Fi is the #1 cause of lag. A lot of people like to blame the streaming services or their internet, when weak Wi-Fi may be the real problem. Using something like a mesh network or Ethernet, if you can, if that's possible. I know a lot of people don't have the ability to run Ethernet through their home, can help reduce that. But if not, check out these mesh networks. They do a much better job supplying strong, fast Wi-Fi in more areas with it. All right, you ready for a new streaming service? Truth Plus, which is the social media app partially owned by President Trump, is launching a new streaming service for cord cutters. I'm just reporting the news, folks, okay? I'm just reporting it. But with this, if you are a fan of Truth Plus, I understand people don't like politics, but sometimes they cross with streaming. Hey, some good news for you. There's a new streaming service in partnership with Newsmax that brings a whole host of lifestyle content and news to your Roku, Fire TV, Amazon, Apple TV, and more with that, where you'll be able to and stream it through the web. It's rolling out in June. The company began that, and now it's become more widely available. There is a 14-day electronic guide, catch-up feature for 7 days, network DVR, video on demand, and more with this. If you want to check it out, link in the show notes down below. All right, if you like music and music streaming, you've been thinking about trying Amazon Prime Music. We use it or Amazon Music, I should say. We really enjoy it. If you're a new customer and you're a Prime customer, you can get 4 months free of sign-up with Amazon Music right now. We've been very impressed, especially if you own a bunch of Echo smart speakers for your home. This seamlessly integrates with it, though others do too. We've been very pleased with it. Check it out. Link in the show notes, but Amazon Prime or Amazon Music, I keep on saying Prime Music, this is just Amazon Music. Its subscription service there is a really good option. All right, that's it for today. Don't forget, we have that free newsletter that goes out to everybody every morning. Make sure to check out corecarsnews.com. This is just a fraction of the stories we post over there make it to the YouTube video. Huge thank you to everybody for your support. It's been a great couple weeks on YouTube. Thousands of new subscribers. We really do appreciate it. We'll talk to you all again real soon. We'll be back here tomorrow. Until then, take care, be safe. Have a great day, everybody.